So, without further ado, I will now like to invite Dr. Mrinalini, who's speaking on behalf of Dr. Ruchir Tiwari. She'll be speaking about novel applications of brolucizumab.
Good morning to all. I'm Dr. Mrinalini Singh, resident in ophthalmology at Army Hospital RNR. I'll be filling up for Dr. Ruchir Tiwari with his presentation on novel applications of brolucizumab. Our clinical cases will be discussed as: first case is for RP-RIP. Our patient was an 83-year-old gentleman with a best corrected visual acuity of 6.9 in left eye. He presented first in September 2020. Right eye had old retinal detachment and was PL negative. On fundus evaluation, there was drusenoid PED in left eye, and patient was managed conservatively under close follow-up. These are the serial OCTs in September 2020 when patient was maintaining a best corrected visual acuity of 6.9. In April 2021, there was sudden loss of vision and visual acuity fell to counting fingers close to face. On fundus examination, there was a large macular detachment with underlying yellowish lesion. Patient was planned for loading doses of injection ranibizumab followed by treat and extend regime. At 6-weekly interval, ranibizumab was given with partial response. No vision gain was obtained, and patient was planned to switch to brolucizumab. Brolucizumab, after 4 weeks, there was significant resolution and BCVA improved to 660. After 8 weeks, a second brolucizumab, all the SRF was gone, minimal intraretinal fluid was there with the BCVA improving to 624. After 6 weeks, OCT was stable and patient maintained a BCVA of 624. At 13 weeks interval, a third brolucizumab was planned, and due to disease recurrence, and BCVA had dropped to 660. After 12 weeks, the OCT was stable, BCVA was 624, and patient was again planned for a brolucizumab 4th dose. This is the OCT in February 2022, where there was early disease recurrence and BCVA was 624. Brolucizumab 5th dose was given, and patient was stable with a 6th dose received after 12 weeks. Our second patient was of myopic CNV. 69-year-old male, both eyes pseudophakia with pathological myopia. There was sudden blurring and metamorphopsia in right eye for 1 month. Left eye had poor vision due to myopic CRA. The best corrected visual acuity in right eye was 2/60 and left eye was counting fingers. Examination revealed myopic CNV in right eye and disciform scar in left eye. This is the OCT in August 2021, where patient was injected brolucizumab and he maintained a vision of 636 till October 2022. A third patient of pachychoroid CNV. 40-year-old female, working mother with pachychoroid disease with type 1 CNV. From October 2019 to September 2020, she had received 14 ranibizumab and 2 aflibercept injections and had maintained a BCVA of 6.9. These are her OCT pictures, fundus photograph. In later September 2021, with BCVA of 6.9, patient was switched to brolucizumab. And early November 2021, BCVA was 6.6. These are again the serial photographs from December 2021 to September 2022, where patient was injected brolucizumab and attained 6.6 vision in November 2022. A second case of a 52-year-old lady presented with blurring of vision in the right eye in August 2017. Her best corrected visual acuity was 618 in right eye and 6/6 in left eye. Fundus revealed dull FR in right eye. Both eyes had few pigmentary changes and few drusens. OCT of right eye showed subretinal fluid with thickened choroid. OCT left eye had some RP alterations, single drusen with pachychoroid. FFA and ICG showed no leakage. OCTA had no membranes detected. Patient was diagnosed as a pachychoroid pigment epitheliopathy with SRF or maybe a pachychoroid neovascularization, and left eye had pachydrusen. No anti-VEGF was advised, and patient was followed up for 3 months with no drop in vision. These are the OCT pictures from August. The next follow-up was in April 2019. Patient received 3 ranibizumab in December 2018, January 2019, and Feb 2019, and 1 aflibercept in March 2019 elsewhere for NAMD. There was partial response and BCVA 618 despite waxing and waning of the fluid. These are the pictures from Feb 2019 and March, where fluid is increasing and decreasing. BCVA is maintained at 618. In April 2019, BCVA of 618 in right eye, 69 in left eye. These are the OCT findings. Patient was managed conservatively. There was history of prior failure to ranibizumab and aflibercept, and also there was no drop in vision, so patient was not convinced for repeated aflibercept. The patient came back again after 14 months with the same best corrected visual acuity. In June 2020, maintaining the same status. Both eyes had early cataractous changes and was managed conservatively. In Feb 2021, patient was convinced to go for a cataract surgery, BCVA of 660 in right eye from 618 and left eye maintaining 69. Right eye had nuclear sclerosis grade 2 and left eye grade 1. February 2021, BCVA 660. This is the OCT picture. Patient was injected brolucizumab. Followed up after 1 month, and BCVA had improved to 624. In March 2021, 660. In April 2021, 624 after brolucizumab. The change was noticed in a 4 weeks period. Patient had lost to follow-up for another 8 months. Right eye NS2, left eye NS1, BCVA right eye 624 and left eye 612. In November 2021, with the best corrected visual acuity of 624 in right eye, and these are the serial OCT pictures from 2017 to 2019 and November 2021. A third case of recalcitrant idiopathic CNV. 50-year-old female, decreased vision in the left eye, diagnosed as CNV elsewhere, received 3 monthly ranibizumab and 1 aflibercept, best corrected visual acuity of 618. Even with treatment, there was no further improvement. Last injection was given 3 months prior. It was delayed due to COVID. This is the fundus photograph OCT picture from 2021, June 2021. Patient was injected ranibizumab. After 2 weeks, BCVA 618 with mild SRF resolution, and after 4 weeks, BCVA of 618 with recurrence of some fluid. Patient was planned for first dose of brolucizumab, and in 4 weeks, BCVA attained was 69, no disease activity. After 8 weeks, BCVA 612 with recurrence of some fluid is there. Patient was again planned for brolucizumab. And 2 weeks later, BCVA 69 with no disease activity. Patient maintained a BCVA of 69 with mild SRF after 6 weeks, also with early disease recurrence was there. And patient was again planned for a third dose. Mild nasal SRF, and patient defers injection for again 2 weeks because he maintained a BCVA of 69. And frank recurrence occurred after 8 weeks when patient had the BCVA 612, increase in SRF and SRH. Brolucizumab fourth dose was planned after 8 weeks. In total, patient received 8 injections so far. Injection frequency was 6 weeks and visual acuity maintained at 6.9. Another novel application was on inflammatory CNV. a 43-year-old female with a history of bilateral peripapillary choroiditis diagnosed in June 2018. Patient was treated with tapering doses of oral steroids, developed bilateral peripapillary CNV after 1 month. Over next 2 years, both eyes received 12 ranibizumab and 2 aflibercept each. This is the fundus photograph and OCT picture in April 2020. December 2021, right eye had a vision of 660 and left eye 624. Patient was injected. In October 2020, right eye had 69 and left eye had 66. Another application where we have used brolucizumab is CRVO with advanced glaucoma. It was a 74-year-old male presented in June 2021 with NS1 IMSC. IOP was 13 on 3 medications. Optic nerve had bilateral advanced optic nerve head cupping. Right eye showed non-ischemic CRVO with macular edema and left eye had ERM with pseudo-hole. History of 3 monthly ranibizumab. Previous year, there was some gain in vision. No anti-VEGF treatment since last 6 months. Advised right eye ranibizumab monthly till there was a CMT of 300 or BCVA stabilized followed by pro-rata regime. Lost to follow-up for 3 months. Patient presented again in September 2021 with right eye BCVA of hand movements close to face and pressure of 54 mm Hg. History of Ozurdex elsewhere in right eye. 2 months back, patient had stopped all other anti-glaucoma treatment. Glaucoma was medically managed. 1 week later, patient came with normal IOP on 5 medications and a BCVA of 3/60. In September 2021, the CMT was 567, received 3 monthly ranibizumab injections, and in January 2021, CMT reduced to 453. Patient was switched to brolucizumab. March 2022, CMT further reduced and patient lost to follow for 2 months. And after 16 weeks in May 2022, CMT had again reached 870. Patient was planned a second brolucizumab. After 20 weeks in October 2022, CMT of 286 with the best corrected visual acuity of 618 and patient is still on follow-up.
Please carry on, Mrinalini. We have sufficient time. Please carry on. Finish the presentation. Can we have the presentation back, please?
Sir, last. Done.
Thank you so much. So this particular presentation was meant to make people aware that brolucizumab can be extended to few novel indications. 3 important things which I want everyone to take home today is, 1, that in inflammatory CNVMs, once the inflammation subsides, the drug can be used. It has not only been used at our center and with Dr. Tiwari, but by many other people in post-inflammatory CNVMs with very decent results. Another take home is the effect this particular drug can achieve with a lower dosage. In our subset of diabetic retinopathy patients, we have already proven this. Why we believe that the lower drug dosage works is because the disease is predominantly pre-retinal in cases of diabetic retinopathy and CRVO compared to neovascular AMD where the disease is subretinal. Now, when you are using half the dosage, it works very well for patients of glaucoma. Usually, in patients of glaucoma, once you end up injecting a 0.05 ml dosage also, right after the injection, if you have not done an AC tap and there's been no leak from the injection side, if you measure the IOP, the range is about 30-31. So you have given a good IOP spike to the patient. But if you are using brolucizumab with a 0.03 ml dosage, the IOP spike is not so great. So we recommend using it for patients of glaucoma who require anti-VEGF injection at a lower dosage. The house is open for discussion. Any questions, please? In that